How about now? Are we good now? Yay, yay, yay. Okay, excellent. You know how great I am at these things, especially when I'm live. Not, no. So, what has been happening? Why is this the last live stream from the basement? As you may have heard, I am moving. I am in the process of moving. I'm at the point of the move now where I want to burn it all to the ground. So, this is my last day in the basement. All of this is coming down. And the movers come Friday, and I will be off on a different adventure, but I will still be here on YouTube, just not anytime as soon as I'd wish. Today, I am planning on at least watching another episode of Lucifer, episode 2. Am I only on episode 2 of season 3? Oh my gosh. But another episode of Lucifer, House of Dragon will drop tonight, so I'll catch up on that. I am so far behind on The Boys, so I would like to catch up on The Boys today as well. And then, of course, I still have Black Sails out there. I have not finished the season 1, I should say. But oh, okay. Hi, James. So best react. Oh, thank you. Then you're gonna say it's the best episode of the season, but thanks. I've been watching and enjoying Lucifer. And it's making me wanna watch more Tom Ellis things, but I don't have time. But I do thoroughly enjoy the show. But yeah, so that's what I'm planning on catching up on today, and hopefully we'll post those sometime in the future. But yeah, I have been moving from a 2,500 square foot, 100-year-old craftsman house, and now I'm moving to a 1,200 square foot apartment that's got smart things, like you have to use fobs to get into all the doors and the elevators, and I don't have an actual key to the door. You gotta push a button, and it's annoying to no end. But that also means I've had to downsize, and, yeah, that's where the mess is coming from. So when I move into the new place, I don't know exactly how this is all going to look. The videos will look a little bit different. I have basically 2 options to film, which would be the living room or the bedroom. So yeah, I don't know what the channel will look like, but I'm excited for new adventures and especially where I'm going. It's a town I've been to many times I've visited, but it's about an hour away from I'm at now, but it's very walkable. I have across the street a Trader Joe's there will be. There's bars, there's 5 bakeries, there's bars, there's restaurants. Yeah, so I'm excited for new adventures, a new vibe to where I'm going to be. Right now, I'm very small town where I'm at now. So moving to a bigger city, which is closer to the bigger city, I'll be closer to Seattle and more of my friends. My mom hates it though, because I'm moving further away from her. I'll be closer to my friends so I can see them more often. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so the move was precipitated by my youngest is going to their second year of college. My eldest just graduated, so she is off on her own adventures now. But my youngest now will be living at home with me instead of paying $10,000 a year for student housing. Welcome to college life. But yeah, so that's what's precipitated the move. Uh, going forward, going forward, I'm not sure what to watch. uh, Still gonna continue with Lucifer, still House of Dragon. Boys is ending sooner than I'm realizing. But I've been asked to do more of movies. Thing with movies is, they take a lot longer to put together, which is fine, but I also don't know what to watch. So I've had requests for 80s films, for 90s films. A big chunk of the early 2000s I was spent working and having children, so I missed a lot of the films from the early 2000s. Um, So yeah, so I would like to if you have suggestions of any movies I should be watching. I know a big chunk of my audience is in India, and I've had lots of requests for Indian films, and I've watched some amazing Indian films. I would like to watch some more in the future. I just can't do them that often because it takes about 4 to 5 days to put an Indian film together between just actual watching of the movie, but then it's the editing and the copyrights, and I'm editing a picture this big with subtitles that are teeny tiny, and then having to listen to a break in a sentence. So it's a lot of work to put those together. Will I stop doing them? No, they just won't be as frequent as I know some people would like to see. But I'm planning to do that as well. And I know I'm rambling and I'm losing track of where I'm at. So let me just say hi. Hi, Terry. Hi, James. Say hi, Stasia. Hello, Stasia. Thanks for being here. Bev in Boulder, Boulder, Colorado. I know somebody who used to live in Boulder, Colorado. Um, Michael, yes, the bedroom could be more comfortable, could be a little tight. I tend to sometimes work my day job from the bedroom. When I was sick, mostly last year, I worked a lot from the bedroom just because it was in case I had to take a nap, I was there. But I'm afraid I don't want to live my whole life in the bedroom. That's why I kind of like being down here. It feels like I'm going to someplace else. This channel was not what I was expecting, and I didn't know I would be doing this channel. It started as a hate watching Y the Last Man because I hated the graphic novel. I know, I hated the graphic novel, and I was curious as if the television series would change my opinion of the story. Of course, we only got one season of it, but I fell into reactions just in general, by watching people enjoy things that I enjoy. Seeing people experience something for the first time, especially if you know what's already gonna happen, is so much fun, and I think that's why we all love watching reaction videos, is just to re-experience it somehow, some way, that taste of newness and, um I'm reading your chats at the same time. But yeah, that taste of newness, experiencing it again, that's why I think people love romance novels and commercial fiction in general, is because you get to experience those first times over and over and over again. And I've got to meet some amazing people like you all from all across the world that I never knew I would have a connection with in any way. So this channel's been fun. It took off here in the basement, so going forward will be interesting to see how that momentum keeps going. I hope it does keep going. Romeo, hello, Romeo. Nice to see you. Connect my television to my PC. Yes, that's the plan. That is the plan. Also, going forward is once the move is done, I'm hoping to upgrade some equipment, upgrade the mics, upgrade my computer setup. I work mostly off of a laptop. My desktop is 15 years old. I don't use it that often. I'm getting rid of my computer armoire. I'm getting a bigger desk. So, yes, definitely equipment upgrading and changes is what I'm hoping to do before the end of the year, especially for that tax write off. Um, what else am I planning to do besides upgrade the equipment? Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's on the plan for next spring. My family's from Puerto Rico. I have never been, and I want to go before I can't. You always say, "Oh yeah, I'll go. I'll do this. I will do this." And then time flies by. We are already into July. We're already into July. So going forward, yeah. So going to Puerto Rico and seeing where the family is. I do have some cousins there to visit and hopefully just see where that part of my family came from. I'm looking forward to seeing. But unfortunately, it seems as if other family members heard I'm going, so it might be more than just me heading south. I'm just reading some of your messages now. Right. So Terry saying how I analyze the story beats. That's just part of my storytelling brain. Is I can't help analyze for story structure. That's what I trained myself to do for 10 plus years, and it's really difficult to turn off, which is why also doing these reaction videos have been so interesting, is finding a story where I'm realizing I'm not doing it or I'm not noticing myself analyzing the story. It can be both a good thing and a bad thing when I lose track of where I'm watching for pacing or dialogue or shot, ways a visual scene is constructed, why storytellers choose certain things to bring out their vision, that whole process I find fascinating. And then I like to break it down and see why and how they do it. And if they were successful, and successful is always hazy because it depends on the consumer whether or not it's successful. And as you know, all consumers are different. So that whole process I find fascinating. So yeah, when I analyze story, I analyze it for me and my preferences, and it's not always you and your preferences. Some of the fandoms I found on this channel have been amazing. I know the Firefly people fed into the Expanse people, and the Expanse people brought me to the Lucifer people. The critters from Critical Role and Legends of Vox Machina. Those fandoms have been amazing and welcoming and so willing to share their knowledge, and they're so excited to share their knowledge. That's been the best part of all of this. Hello, Sam. True Blood people. Yes, the True Blood crew. The True Blood crew is a special crew because that series went places I wasn't expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. And then just kind of swimming along of it. Some parts have been great. Some parts were not my favorite bit. But my youngest, True Blood related, but not posted me, not my youngest, my oldest, that the Bringing Back Practical Magic 2 is in the works. And the whole cast was involved. And I immediately was wondering if, was it Rachel Evans Lee, who was in True Blood, if she was going to come back and play Sandra Bullock's daughter. That would be amazing. I hope she does. Because I also forget, and I sometimes remember she was the voice of Elsa and Anna's mom in Frozen. I believe she did the singing voice. So yeah, so True Blood was crazy. I will never forget the scene where what's her name came in the door and Bill threw a lamp at her and caught her on fire with Russell. That was amazing. So Michael, South Bronx. It's the same thing as Puerto Rico. Yes and no. My brother lives in New York and just went to I don't think the Puerto Rican Day was it recently or it's coming up or it's just happened. But my sister and her family are also visiting the East Coast. They were doing DC, Philly, going up to New York. And she was at a place, I think it was the Constitutional Museum, and bought my brother a flag of Puerto Rico. Went up, this was just 2 days ago. Went up to see him and she gave it to him and he went, huh, how funny, because he's coming out here to visit next month. He goes, I was at the store and I bought something for Grandma Josie and he had the same Puerto Rican flag. Yeah, but I did hear, yeah, South Bronx is very Latin heavy and I love it. So I'm trying to think of what else. Any questions you may have, any suggestions you may have going forward. I did post on Patreon. I had a little tour of my new location, and the kitchen has an actual island to it. So if you don't know, I have another channel. I don't post to it at all. I don't post it at all. The plan was to do at least once a week. I haven't managed that, but it's a food and beverage channel. It started out with me just interviewing people about their most memorable meals because I feel food connects everybody. We all eat and we all have a memory associated with food, and we all have a similar genesis of this is my first meal with my significant other. This was the first time I made Thanksgiving dinner. No, so we all have a connection and a commonality with food, and that kind of segued into the beverage channel where I just drink all the time and make cocktails. But now that I have that kitchen island, I'm hoping to do more cocktail making videos because I'm still in the A's of the International Bartender's Guidebook. I would like to get out of the A's because I've been in the A's for 3 years now. Heard something going on upstairs. 3 years, and I want to get out of the A's. So I'm going to hopefully post more cocktail making videos, and I do share what I make on this channel when you see me drinking. It's not always random. Sometimes it's random. But there, yeah. So I'm hoping to do more cocktail making videos, which I'll post on that channel as well. What's I'm going? Oh wait. I have big things on the screen. Let's see. Put my author title in it. My author in oh my the put that I'm an author in the title. Oh, Buffalo. Okay. So I'm squashy on that only because I haven't had a book out in a year and a half. I was gonna have 2 books out this last year. And it's not it's finding the time and then the mental bandwidth to actually go. I have the second part of the Seasons of August 90% done. It's just finding the time to do it and then finding the energy to string a sentence together. As you can see, I'm doing so well now. So I feel weird saying that I am an author when I haven't had anything new out. I feel a little fraudulent doing that, but I am. I mean, I've written 16 books that are out in the world. People can read them. It's not what I've been focusing on now. So maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe it will prompt me to do it. That's another thing why once this move is done and I'm settled and I can get into routine, going back and finishing those books. I started part 3 of Seasons of August. Here's the weird thing about writing. I've written 17, 18 different books and I've written them all differently. I've had different techniques each and every time because it seems that when I try to repeat a technique, it doesn't work. Story doesn't come. So yeah, so part 3, I'm starting to handwrite and structure it more out like a graphic novel because that's what it was supposed to be, and then adding the narrative in. So I'm hoping season 3 comes a little bit better than season 3, part 3 better than part 2. But it's on a storyboard on the floor back here if you want to know what happens. So yeah, maybe I'll put author in the title. Romeo, thank you. Thanks for my smile. My parents will thank you. Lots of dental work. I did have a dentist appointment the other week, and they said I had really great teeth. And the funny thing was, they mentioned a filling that was put in, and he's like, "Wow, whoever did that was really, really good because that shouldn't have been there. It should have been a crown." And I started laughing. And I'm like, "It was you guys. I've been coming here for 20 years. You work on my teeth. You should know that." But thank you for my smile. So there. Yes, Lucifer. Spoilers of things. I know you're excited, and I love that you're excited. I'm the one that I do like to be surprised. I don't necessarily like spoilers going in, which is a reason why I don't do there's 2 reasons why I don't do trailer reactions. Reason 1 is the kind of spoilerly aspect. Some trailers are a bit more spoiler heavy than others. And also with spoilers, it's not a story, it's the promise of a story. It's the tease, it's the back cover blurb, and it could give a flavor. It's supposed to give a flavor and an idea of what the actual movie or show is supposed to be, but we can't judge on how well they did until we see the product. I don't know. I've always been on the fence about doing trailer reactions. Are they quick and easy? Yes. But I like to kind of be surprised. I want to know the bare minimum. So, like the Captain America's New World Order just dropped. Did we see more in it than we needed to see? I don't know. The fact we knew Red Hulk was coming, we had a suspicion Harrison Ford, Thaddeus Ross was going to be Red Hulk. I think we got it. I don't need to see any more of that. I don't see any more trailers for Captain America. I got it. I got the flavor. We're getting Hulk. Okay, confirmation. I think I'm done with that. I don't need to see more of that trailer. So with spoilers, I have a best friend who loves spoilers. She will go to IMDb and read the synopsis before she watches anything. She will get a book and she'll read the last chapter before she reads it. I can't do that. So you all holding back your spoilers, I greatly appreciate it. I know how much you want to say, wait until you see this. I get it. I love it. And I will get to it at some point in time. I just hope I react as I'm as excited about it as you want me to be. Is it Preho? Oh, Outlander. Hello from Canada. Outlander, that's coming up soon, isn't it? Oh my gosh. We left off at quite a banger. Do I have it here? Yes, I have it. That's right here. My Glenlivet For my Outlander reactions, yet I think I'll bring back the Outlander drinking game just because it's so much fun. And that is anytime Jamie says, Dinna fash, we're fashion because something bit terrible is coming down the line. So I'm excited for Outlander. Is this the last season of Outlander? I think um season 6 of Outlander could go to hell. But I enjoy the world and I enjoy the characters. And when I was in Scotland last summer, just the whole all of Scotland, I love it. To me, it feels like a hug. I always feel at home when I'm in Scotland. So I'm excited to go back to Homelander just to be home again. What could we do? And I heard there's a prequel. I'm gonna guess this is Brand's story. Brian's story. We'll see. We'll see what comes out with Outlander. Dennis, True Detective, season 1. Okay. True Detective. Okay. I heard season 1 was amazing, but it always struck me as a very like serious, dark and serious. And I have to be in a mindset for dark and serious, but it's a potential. That's a potential. That's potential. I've heard the other seasons are not, they're kind of, so that's a potential. Thank you for the suggestion. TVix, out of curiosity, have I watched Romancing the Stone? Yes, I've seen Romancing the Stone. I watched it when I was tiny. Um, I've seen it several times. I haven't seen it though lately, but I do quote from it often. My aunt's name is Joan. So sometimes I can't help going, Joan Wilder, you're Joan Wilder. I don't know, as a kid, that just struck me as funny. And Cartagena, whenever I hear Cartagena, I think of Romancing the Stone. It would be interesting to watch it again with older eyes instead when I was a kid. We did watch it once when I was in 5th grade, 4th grade. It was end of the year. We had a movie day they brought in and they showed us Romancing the Stone. Did they edit it? Yes, it was edited out. One specific scene. And a parent complained that we watched Romancing the Stone. It's great. It's a great film. And every time I break a heel, I think of Romancing the Stone. Oh, John, trade me the trailer dropped. It dropped 3, 4 days ago. How have you not seen the trailer? Have you even seen the poster? You've seen the poster. It's Red Hulk's hand in it. So I don't think I spoiled too much. Terry, I'm just reading your to watch the teaser trailers for Lucifer's. Yes, no. Here's the thing. The thumbnail on Netflix though has a picture of Ella with all the things of her. I think she's like tracking the end of the world. And I'm thinking that's a spoiler enough. I wish that wasn't the thumbnail. It could have just been Tom at the piano, and that would have been enough of a thumbnail for me to click, yes, I'm watching this. I enjoy when he plays the piano and sings. And the guy liner. I love his guy liner. Oh yeah. So Michael, everyone explaining the season 3 episode order. I think I've gotten 4 different versions of it. Once I get to episode 20, I will take a consensus of what episode I'll take about what episode should I watch after 20. Because 20 I can remember. I can't remember like 22 or 23. But once I get to 20, I'll go, okay, which one's next? So that way I can watch them in the correct order. I tell you, have I watched The Fall Guy? I have not watched The Fall Guy. It's been in my queue forever. I don't know if I wanna do reaction to it or not. It looks like it's something that's up my alley. It's movie-centric related. We've got 2 great leads, kind of romancy, kind of actiony. Gosh, that is a recipe for Anna's movie. So maybe I'll do a reaction video to it later in the summer, early fall. Because I enjoy Ryan Gosling. I enjoy Emily Blunt. And I like watching movies about movie making. Again, I love the process. I love the creativity. I love the brainstorming and the decision of why things were put there, what got cut, what got kept. So movies about movie making, I enjoy those. Romeo, classical movies. Define classicals. Yes, I do love the older films as well. What are some of my favorite older films? Singing in the Rain's always a classic to me. I know there's a whole genre of films in like the 60s and 70s. We don't really talk about too much, I think. Like we always talk about the early um Jimmy Stewart's and I'm seeing his face in my name and I can't think of it. North by Northwest and not Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy. Um oh my gosh, I can see his face and I can hear his voice and I cannot think of his name. And Jason Isaac just played him in a biopic that's gonna haunt me forever and it'll come out of the blue. His Girl Friday. It's a great film, and I even enjoyed the remake of it, which is Broadcast News with Kathleen Turner and Burt Reynolds. Oh, and Christopher Reeve was in that one also. See, like, I can remember all that, but I can't think. Is not Spencer Tracy? Cannot think. Anywho, but yes, I do love classical films, and there's some that I know a lot that I've missed that I would like to go back and see. But I would love to know what your version of classical movies would be. John. Yes, John. Yes, Lucifer is great. Oh, does it come to a satisfying conclusion? I hope so. So David, Deadpool. Okay, so Deadpool Wolverine. I watched the first teaser trailer, and I haven't watched any other trailers since then because I don't want to. I know there's going to be tons of Easter eggs and bits and whatnot, and I don't want to know. I want to be there. So yeah, Deadpool Wolverine. I was, you when you're doing these, you're kind of wondering, do I go see it in the theater or do I wait and do a reaction video and share it all with you? And Deadpool Wolverine, there's good reasons to do both, but I'm gonna go see it in the theater because I think the best part of those films is the audience reaction. Being in that theater when those moments occur is a lot different than being here alone in my room and then having you all mention it later in a comment. I miss when I was like at Endgame, the first Avengers in theater was great. Endgame in the theater was amazing. Spider-Man No Way Home was great. And I'm hoping that Deadpool Wolverine is that same theater going experience. So yes, I'm gonna watch it in the theater and I haven't watched anything else. I've watched a few interviews with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds just because I enjoy them. My brother's worked with Hugh Jackman a few times on projects and says he's the nicest man on the planet. So our family will always be Hugh Jackman stands. So I'm excited and I don't want to know any more before we go and see it because I want to be surprised about everything. I lost my train of thought. Hello, Jedrick. Thanks for being here. And I'm glad you found me. And I hope you're enjoying whatever it is that you're watching. I can't believe how much content I have online now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Romance in the Stone, Romeo, you don't know Romance in the Stone is. So it's a film in the 80s. Kathleen Turner is an author, romance author, who has kind of lost her way romance authoring, and her sister is kidnapped. I can't remember why. And so Joan goes to try to save her in Cartagena and ends up falling in this treasure hunt for a stone. It's an emerald, and there's bad guys and Danny DeVito, and she crosses path with Michael Douglas. I can't remember why he's down in South America either, but he tries to help her find her sister, and chaos ensues as fish out of water. This New York writer in the jungles trying to find her sister. It's great, so much fun. Nikhil, do I stream on Kick, Twitch too? I don't stream on Twitch because I don't know how. Discord. If anyone can help me figure out Discord, I'd appreciate it. I haven't figured out Twitch. Um, I'm still working on figuring out YouTube and Patreon. So before I move to other platforms, I want to make sure I got these ones down really well as well. Francis Gordon, hello to you too. Is that a Lucifer reference? I hope so, because when he just goes, "Hello," is so much fun. Oh, Francis. 2021, 22. I will ask you all later, and I don't think I can watch them as 21 through 26. Let's because what I've heard, I can't watch them in order of 2020 through 26. Yeah. See, Michael, yeah, I can't watch them in those orders. Uh, oh, Fall Guy. So Terry, the Fall Guy is like the '80s show. I barely remember the Fall Guy. Is that Lee Majors? Um, I think that was a Lee Majors series. I when I was a kid was interested in being a stunt person, and I did research for a book report on stunt people. And that was stunt people as of like the '80s and '90s. It's a totally different animal than now. The stunts they're asked to do now, I don't think they would dream up then. But also the stunt people of like our early generation had less safety measures just available to them. The technology wasn't there to create them. And a lot of it they did just practical. They didn't CGI the building behind you as you fell. You fell. You fell from that building. So yeah, and I don't think I'm very athletic enough to be a stunt person, but I was interested and I did want to be. Oh, T-Vix, Burn Notice. I think I watched the first couple episodes when I came out a while ago of Burn Notice, and I don't remember why I lost track. But it was an interesting premise, and I think at where I was life-wise at the time, I just didn't have the energy to keep going with it. But interesting suggestion. Thank you. K Mook. Hello, Germany. Is it Guten Tag? Although it's later in the day. What's Guten Morgen? I can't remember good night. I don't remember how you say good night in Germany. But thanks for being here. Westworld. Francis, Westworld. That was on my list. What appeals to me about Westworld is I heard the beginning seasons were great, kind of went, but it's 4 seasons, right? So it's not 80,000 episodes, it's more like 40 episodes. So Westworld, maybe sometime in the future, I cannot guarantee win, but it is in my peripheral. And Downton Abbey. Okay. Downton Abbey, I've never watched it. I know, I missed it. That is also on the list, but that one is a monster because I know that's like 80 episodes and 3 films, right? Right. And also, I heard it's kind of up and down, like most seasons are. But Downton Abbey is also on the list. I didn't know if I would have enough interest in watching Downton Abbey or having people watch me watch Downton Abbey. So maybe I'll post that as a poll later on next year, earlier next year. Stranger Than Fiction. Oh, Stranger Than Fiction. Emma Thompson, Will Ferrell. I saw it once years ago, and I kind of sort of remember it. And I don't remember how it ended. But yes, I've seen it. I probably could watch it again and go, oh, that's what happened. Sure. I don't know what that means, but hi. Stay away from kick. Okay. I think that's something that would require research, I'm guessing. So tips for Discord. Um, just you can direct message me on YouTube, Instagram. I'm at Anna M. Alexander. If you have a cheat sheet for Discord, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Lee Majors, thank you. Guten Abend. Is that how to say it? My accent's terrible. You should hear my French accent. It's horrendous. Guten Abend. Thanks for being here. Okay, I'm seeing Discord amongst the orders to watch Lucifer in. Again, I'm gonna wait till I get to 20 and then which is a long way away. Just palette cleanser. So I'm having some votes for Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey. It's moving its way up my list then. Film Hackers in 1995. No, I didn't watch Hackers. I think is that the one with like Angelina Jolie and Robert Redford? And we're still working on like Macs and the big box computers. I think I remember seen posters, but I could not tell you what it was about. Season 2 and another person, but the name is From. I have not heard of From. I know nothing about From. Interesting. I'll have to look into that one also. Shield and Sons of Anarchy. The Shield I've heard is amazing, but also seems as if it's a really tense, darkish, as like as if Sons of Anarchy is any brighter and any sunnier. Mm-mm-mm. I actually have a friend who's in a motorcycle club. He is the sergeant at arms, and they're not Sons of Anarchy. No, but every once in a while, something will slip through um, where you're like, "Oh, that's right, you're in a motorcycle club." That's right. There is some protocol. There is some procedure. There is some things that you do to protect and support your fellow brothers. I was gonna say brothers, but there's some girls in that club as well. So yeah, I've heard great things about both shows. Again, that's one of those shows where I have to be in a mindset, and then I'll have to watch something sunny and fun afterwards as a palate cleanser. Like House of Dragons, bug the truckers that needs palate cleansers every time. And the boys, I need palate cleanser after the boys. Johnny Lee Miller, I think, was married to Julia Roberts at one point in time. Yes. Do you know? Right. So Outlander, I think it drops in August, if I'm remembering correctly. Don't quote me, but soon, soon-ish, within this year. Before I think it's August that I saw. Right. Yeah. Thank you all so much for the great suggestions. There's so many of them. I want to do them all. There's not enough hours in the day. Because, yeah, I do have my day job as well that I'm not leaving as much as I'd like to anytime soon. Health insurance and a pension is kind of important nowadays. But yeah, so thank you so much. I'm going to wrap this up only because the landlord's going to show this house soon and it's a disaster. Yeah, it's it's such a mess, which is a question I have for y'all. So I have found in my possession, I have three Funko Pop Mystery Minis Teen Titans. They're the 1 in 76s. There's like a Speedy and a Terra and whatever. I've gone online. I've seen them go for $50 to $100 unboxed. Mine's are boxed because I had an ex who worked for Funko and he left some stuff behind, including these boxed mystery minis. But they're not so mystery because they're labeled, they're the Funko samples, so they're labeled on top. Should I sell those? If I sell those, let me know what's the best place to sell those and what you think a fair price would be. Because again, I have so much stuff I'm trying to downsize, but I don't want to just give those away. So your suggestions would be appreciated. Oh yeah. Also, I know as I'm seeing the Turn of the Spies, and I think that was Jamie Bell was in Turn. Um, Justified. That was the one I was looking for. Justified after Deadwood. Justified came up a lot, and that was on my feed a lot. Also, Fallout. Ooh, also speaking of Fallout, I've had suggestions for Fallout. Again, finding time, but I think I'm going to, once I'm settled, start watching for Patreon. Do a Patreon exclusive first, which also is One Piece. So if you're looking for my One Piece reactions, they're on Patreon. I will be watching season 2 somehow when it comes out. But Resident Alien, I think I'm going to start watching Resident Alien for Patreon because I know that show's kind of questionable. As I know that another season got picked up, but it's also questionable. But Justified was also in that rank in Fallout. I don't know if it'll be a Patreon exclusive. If people are still interested in Fallout, we'll see. So there's a few stories and series that are kicked around. Justified is one of them because I enjoy Timothy Oliphant also. So, what do I truly desire right now? It's survival. Whenever I do a yoga video and there's like, set your intention for today. My word is survival. My plan is to survive this next 2 weeks. It's always my desire just to survive. But yeah, thanks all for being with me. I will see you soon ish rather than later. I'll show you the no place when it's done, hopefully sometime in the future. I know it's lots of possibilities, but again, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for being here. Stay cool, stay hydrated. It's going to be another 90-degree day today. Wherever you are, I hope you're healthy and you're safe and you stretched. Stretch your bodies, go eat some toast, and then come back and see me later. So just breathe. Okay. Yeah. We'll do that. So thanks again, you all. And until next time.